Hello, this is Pal from RankWyz Sideways, and it's Friday time for another short video. I yesterday had a very interesting discussion with a friend of mine, and we slightly touched the topic of safety PBNs, and I decided to make it a topic for today's video. Everyone who is involved, I would say just everyone who does SEOs interested in the topic of safety PBN. Whether you do PBNs or you don't do PBNs, you think that you know that there's a power in having PBN. There's a risk of having PBN. So which one is better? Which one is bigger? So is it worth of building PBN? And if you do PBN, of course you're concerned about making it safe. To make sure the investment, the time investment, the money investment you put into building your PBN works for you as long as possible. So, what's the biggest risk your PBN faces? Everyone who builds PBN have their own list of the concerns they address when working with PBNs, and it usually starts with the technical details, with the hosting, name, servers, IP diversification, so on and so on. Those who just starting usually run by lists created for them by those who teaches PBN. And of course, those technical criteria it's a legitimate factor, but is it indeed the biggest concern, the biggest threat to your PBN? Google crawls hundreds of millions of sites every day, and is this the biggest concern Google has, to discover 10 sites you put in the random places to point to your client sites? And again, so of course it is a concern, but is it a biggest concern? The number one risk factor, in my opinion, for PBN is to be reported. When somebody is looking to analyze why the site is up compared to his client and was trying to kind of overtake this position, there are two ways. Either you put a lot of effort into, and that's like a long time effort, or you try to discover how the site above you doing better, and if it is PBN, just report the PBN. When PBN is reported, it usually goes to manual review team, and the person who visits the site obviously has one simple question to answer: why the site exists. Is there a purpose? Somebody put in effort to put the site up. Somebody pays for hosting. Somebody pays for the domain name. Let's say if you go to this site, is it PBN or not? So obviously this is not a PBN. This is list of directors in the Toronto yoga studios in Toronto area, and this is the what the local SEO call citation site. They would be dying to get a link from. So it's legitimate yoga directory, and you have a link. But if you look at the technical, so you have a link from the site that only gives you a small snippet of the content, relative content, but of course, aggregation of those snippets create a very, very relevant content to the content to the topic of your site you're trying to promote. Or let's say if this is a PBN, it's really hard to tell. It's a travel site or travel blog. Well done. I don't see any links. Okay, next. Is this a PBN? One article, and right on the homepage, there's a link: exotic car rental and Nice. Do you have any second thought if this is PBN or not? Like, no matter where it is hosted, no matter how protected it is, no matter how good everything technical is, do you have a second thought if this is a PBN or not? So there's a link, goes to the site. This is to the inner page of the same site, and this is Pinterest of the same brand. There are no more articles. This is it. So think they ask try to answer this question why the site exists and if it's anything but building links to promote this specific site, and the answer is no. Or let's say this blog. So one article on a topic of travel to Scotland. There's a link that goes to exactly to the site. Yes, this is what someone will call an authority link. So that's basically it. Because not only I can tell that this site is PBN, because as I said, so like why would else this site exist? But when I open it up through the discovery links and all that stuff, because like before you report PBN, you need to discover PBN. You need to find the PBN. Like somebody's looking into backlinks and just looking through and says, I'm not sure. Let me see. I'm not sure. Of course, it's not always done. Yeah, that's Costa Rica honeymoon packages. Reason to traveling. So that it's just kind of, it just gives me the reason why the site exists. While here, I go through site to site and say, hey, yep, right on the home page. One article on the travel to Scotland, and there's a link. Let's say this chiropractor blog. One article. And at the bottom there's a WebMD link, which would be considered an authority link, and the link to the site, the affiliate site. When somebody put this article on, he thought, well, that's a very well done, manually crafted article, and the idea behind this article is this: if somebody opens the site, he will read it carefully, will be amazed on the quality of the information provided, and think, yep, that's good, that's so good, somebody put it up. No, it's just no matter what quality article is, just the result is the same. If you want to get your PBN reported in Basset, of course you need to, there's a legitimate way of just kind of making precaution of someone discovering your PBN. But if someone looks on your site, you need to give them reason why the site exists, aside of building links to your PBN. We can cover there are different ways of doing this, and that's basically, let's call it short. I'm looking at the time. I never do it short. So this is kind of quick summary of the idea of what's the number one risk for your PBN, and what precaution you need to take to mitigate this risk. And if you have more questions about safety of PBN, feel contacting me, and you also can check our RankWyz.com, the site, the service that's specifically focusing on building fast and safe PBNs. Thank you for watching, and thank you for using our services.